International diplomatic editor Nic Robertson is in Islamabad, Pakistan, where these new round of talks between the U.S. and Iran are set to take place. But Nic, first off, while we know now the vice president will soon be on his way to attend these talks in person, is it not clear whether Iran is actually sending a delegation?
That's how it seems, right? What you do see on the streets here in Islamabad is the Pakistan city here is preparing for those talks. There's high security. The hotels where the delegates would expected to be expected to be from both sides are being cleared of their normal guests, just like it was a couple of weeks ago. So on the ground here, it looks like it's happening. And you would have thought, right, when the White House announces J.D. Vance, Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner on their way here, you would have thought the Iranians would be stepping right up to say, yeah, their delegation is on the way too. I think there's a couple of takeaways here. One is that we know from multiple sources that Steve Witkoff isn't favored as a negotiator by the Iranians. They just don't like him. The level of trust isn't as good. It isn't the same as it is with J.D. Vance. So are the Iranians playing hardball here because J.D. Vance wasn't initially on the list to come? We just don't know that. What we do know is the Iranians continue to say their position is that when they lifted their own blockade on the Strait of Hormuz 2 days ago and the president decided to keep the U.S. blockade in place, that for them was a red line. That's why they reimposed their blockade. That's why they fired at those two ships. And it appears to be the case at the moment that the Iranians are standing by that. The U.S. needs to lift its blockade before they will come to the talks. That may be the position. And I think if it is, it's kind of similar context to the last round of talks when there was a last-minute wrinkle then. The issue back then was a Lebanon ceasefire. Iran wanted a Lebanon ceasefire before they would get into the talks. And even as J.D. Vance was in the air on the way to Pakistan, that was still sort of being trying to smooth that out, a temporary ceasefire, etc., etc. So I think we're looking at the same last-minutism here. That said, the Iranian negotiator said yes, we've made progress. Yes, there are still big gaps, but has also accused President Trump of lying. He said that the president's lied that Iran won't give up its nuclear ambitions. He said the president's lying when he says Iran will hand over the so-called nuclear dust. These things still rankle the Iranians, but are they actually enough to stop them coming? It's not clear. And I guess the other thing that happened this evening that's kind of pertinent but doesn't have a lot of detail hanging off of it, Pakistan's Prime Minister spent 45 minutes on the phone with Iran's president this evening. The readout looks like a conversation between two leaders about mutual issues and security in the region. 45 minutes is a long time. The Pakistanis are very keen to see these talks succeed.